Good to see ya. Let's look at some TikTok art advice videos. How's my blood pressure? Okay. Don't and do. Wait. You go don't straight to that? That's gotta be a joke. That's gotta be one of those step 1, draw a circle, step 2, draw rest of the bird kind of thing.
Sharpening your
How
pencil
your
the wrong way
pencil
is
sketch,
ruining
okay.
your art. With such a pencil,
Yeah,
you
okay.
have no
I think I know
control
what this
and
video is
shading
about.
consistently. So let me show you a
It's
better
short,
way to
so
do
we'll
it.
watch it.
All you need is a blade and sandpaper. Start by placing the blade far back, almost horizontally to the pencil. Then with
You
your
don't
palm,
have to
start
do that if you buy
gently
my
pushing the blade
pencil.
and removing very
Link in
thin
description.
pieces. To protect your pencil from breaking, make sure the pieces are thin enough that they curve as you slide the blade. Also, keep
This is
rotating
actually
the pencil
legit.
so you remove the wood evenly until you expose about a centimeter of the
If you're
pencil.
beginner,
Then get the
you
sandpaper
probably...
and place it on the edge of a surface so you can
Yeah,
lay
you
the pencil
it
almost
doesn't hurt to do
horizontally.
this.
Keep rotating and rubbing
Especially
it
if you're
against the
just
surface
using
until
graphite.
it looks like this. Lastly, sand
Because
the
it
tip
gives
of
you a
the
lot more
pencil
control.
so it's not sharp
Depend
and it
on,
looks
obviously,
like a
the
book.
angle of the
With
pencil.
such a pencil, you can shade
Um,
faster with a consistent value and also achieve a variety of line thicknesses. Try it and tell me what
But
you
just to
think. That size
let you
matters.
guys know, it's not as extreme as what she said, because I personally have never done that. But then again, I use charcoal pencil, and I sometimes blend quite a bit. So yeah, but that's a legitimate, very common technique that you would learn at any decent art class. All right, how to draw for beginners. Okay.
Do you want to learn how to draw? Well, go ahead and waddle your fertile ass over here so Daddy
What
Ashley
am I
can
looking at?
impregnate you
What am I
with some
listening to?
drawing knowledge. First, you need tools. I recommend these to start. If you can't afford these, hypothetically, you could go to the nearest politician's house, throw a Molotov cocktail through their window, steal all their money and jewelry, piss on their wall, then buy this equipment
Got
at a
it.
dollar store on your way back
Must
home.
do, of
Again,
course.
This is entirely hypothetical. I hope that clip just played in Congress. Hello, you little bureaucrats. I recommend your first few drawings are drawings from life. Draw an inanimate object, a horrifying
That's actually
self-portrait. Draw your parents' divorce. Whatever rubs you raw.
Well,
Here's
50%
what I
of you
don't
guys can do
recommend
that.
starting with. Abstract. I did this and now I can't draw faces, but I can draw what the wall looks like when you drink too much NyQuil PM. Anime. I already made a video on this, but for fuck's sake,
Sasuke.
be original, and this will ruin your ability
Goku.
to draw
Death
anything
Note.
other than anime forever. And anything with color.
Anything
Life
with
lacks
color.
purpose and color, why should your drawings be any different? I hope your day goes poorly, and I hope you catch something rare and incurable. Bye-bye.
That video is correct, and the last few parts are correct too. I'm just, jokes aside, it's correct, but it's not as serious and severe as he made out to be. If you are a beginner, it's absolutely okay to draw anime and get into it, and then start to learn about structure and shading and more of that later on. It's more efficient if you start with the fundamentals first. Okay, so it's not, oh my god, I screwed up my chance at learning art. However, yeah, I'll say the color thing is kind of true, but if you cannot learn, if you cannot observe between what shade to put down, color is going to be more difficult. If you understand one, however, you will understand the other one pretty easily too. So it's not like don't attempt. It's like you can, but baby steps. It's not as serious. Okay, number 4.
4 tips for beginner artists so you guys aren't
this guy looks
trapped.
fast.
If you're trying to draw with your wrist,
Okay,
I would
turning
personally
trash.
break your wrist for you. Instead, always use your arm because this gives you a much bigger range of motion and allows you to make much straighter lines like this. If you're trying to do
That's
line
wrong
art
way
and
to put
scratching
it,
of the
but
paper,
okay.
you're not going to get crispy lines. Instead, use your arm and use fast fluid movements until you get your line. If you think you can draw everything from imagination, you're trapped. Don't know 100%, always use reference. Coming from someone who wants clout, never base your art off of likes. This will kill your love for art, so always draw what you love.
Wow, that was fast. I'm gonna say what he's actually gonna say. Not never to use your arm. You have to use your arm and your wrist to draw, obviously, and especially with details. How do you not gonna use your wrist when you draw details, right? What he meant to say is that as a beginner, if you to draw the large form of art, it's much better to keep your wrist very, very loose and then use your elbow, more of your elbow, to control and draw fluid lines. This one you can draw a very large line because this is a pivotal point. But when you draw details, you have to use your wrist. That part there he did not say it properly. Let me see what else I talked about. Never draw from imagination. You can draw from imagination. You're probably not going to be very good at it, but you can absolutely draw from imagination just for fun. And 3, he says don't draw based on lighting. What the hell is he talking about? You should draw based on lighting. Even though you're a beginner, you should learn how to look at something. And how can you look at anything without understanding lighting and know where light is coming from and take that awareness into consideration. It sucks because these videos have millions of views and God knows how many people actually think these are good advice. Alright, next one.
I know why. Your sketch is
Why everybody's like
Get from this to this by adding light.
everybody just like abusing
not
you.
like that, like this.
You
First,
suck.
find your light source to determine where your light edges and where your shadows are. Play with harsh and soft lines to create depth.
I'm a little bit cough,
This
so I'm
eyebrow on
cough
the left,
drop.
for example, is in a shadow, so I'm going to use thicker and darker lines. Keep in mind the direction of the strokes. Tapering them off towards the light
Taper
source
them
will
off to
really
the
make it
light,
look
make it look
dynamic.
dynamic.
So
Just
don't forget to lift.
That's a lot of words. That's not necessary, young lady. They don't even know why she's saying harsh and soft lines. Beginners not going to understand what harsh and soft lines are. So imagine the pressure you put on the line. Okay, that's if you're putting on a lot of pressure, that will be harsh. If you use a very little pressure and there'll be like little texture left behind, that's a soft line. Yes, the places that are darker use darker lines. Not gonna argue with that.
Keep in
You're
mind
correct.
the direction of the strokes.
It's actually a pretty good drawing. Jokes aside, it's correct. It's just obviously there's a difference between somebody who has experience drawing versus somebody who can teach drawing to beginners. Okay, but so far it's actually not that bad. Not that bad at all. Can't draw the other eye. Well, I grab. Oh god. Okay, I know what this is going. Oh, it's not even in proportion. Okay. First of all, if you can draw one eye and you cannot draw the other eye that's relatively mirrored, I'm not sure what kind of brain disorder that is called. You should go see a neurologist immediately. Second of all, proportionally, the space between the eyes is roughly the width of one eye, so it's very easy to draw, two eyes. And obviously, don't do that, because as a beginner, if you do that and you rely upon that, you can only draw something that you're looking straight on, where the face is totally mirrored. One, most people's faces are not completely symmetrical anyway, and often you're not looking at people straight on. You're gonna be looking at them from an angle, and left eye and right eye is gonna be very different. So just stop it. No. Okay, $5 art versus $300 art. $5 art on the left is very vibrant. It's not really that bad at all. It's very vibrant, saturated, and the reflections are exaggerated. What is the $300, which is not worth that much these days. So that's 60 times more aesthetically pleasing, right? More valuable. Are you doing the same thing? Just smoother? Why would somebody pay? $300 one is smoother, more realistic. They both have similar level of style in that they're both trying to go for the hyper realistic or a realistic look. Yeah, no, I don't know. More real is not better in art. It's not worse in art. It's different. It's a particular style onto its own. You're sending a wrong message. You're perpetuating the myth that the more realistic something is in terms of drawing, the better it is, which is not true at all. Because it's not true because it's subjective, right? So, alright. You're doing line art
Does your
wrong.
sketch always looks godly
I don't do a lot
awesome,
of
but
line
your
art.
line art always
How am
sucks?
I doing it wrong? If I
Then
was
don't
doing
waste
it
your time
wrong?
doing
Oh my
an
God.
awful line art.
Wait a second,
Instead,
seriously?
clean your sketch. If you clean it well enough, it will look so pretty.
Okay, in digital art, this is what professional artists do. When I say professional artists, I'm saying people who work at Pixar, Disney. They draw something and they draw something very roughly first to get the proportions and get the dynamic structure and pose down correctly. And if they want to fine-tune that into a line art, they will tone down the opacity and then draw on top of it into a beautiful line art. So the lines are smooth and fast and efficient. That's, imagine remove all the crap so that everything looks like a line. You're going to be spending 10 times more effort, and the lines is not going to be looking as genuine or authentic. If you guys want me to react to more videos, let me know down below, or specific videos. They don't have to be art videos. I'm still happy that around 25% of that is some good information. Ignore the later. Cheers.